Hey everyone, it's Amber with Sinless Sweets and welcome back to the Sinless Sweets Kitchen. On today's episode, we are making birthday cake pie. I know, crazy, right? It's birthday cake and pie. It's like a 2-in-1 dessert. But the reason we are making a birthday cake pie today is because Sinless Sweets is celebrating 2 years in business and I am super excited. And before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all of our friends and family and clients. Without all of you, Sinless Sweets would not have made it this far. So woohoo to celebrating 2 years at Sinless Sweets. All right, let's get started. The first thing we're going to be making is going to be the pie crust. So if you have a 9-inch baking pan at home, you want to go ahead and get that ready. We use tin ones here, but any pie pan will do. So that's going to be the first thing that I'm going to have you get out. So a 9-inch pie pan, and then we are going to go ahead and get started on our crust. So the first thing you are going to need is 2 cups of almond flour. Now, as usual here at the Sinless Sweets Kitchen, we are going to be doing a 1-bowl recipe. It's super easy to make, just a couple of ingredients. So that's 2 cups of almond flour. You're gonna add 1 egg. Now, this egg can be room temperature or it can be right out of the refrigerator. Either way, it doesn't matter. So 1 egg and then 1/4 cup of the swerve granular. So I'm sure you've probably heard me talk about the different kind of sweeteners we use here at the bakery, some confection, some granular. This one is going to be granular. So far we have 2 cups of almond flour, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of the swerve granular, and then 1/4 cup of melted butter. Now you do want to make sure that this butter is melted because it's going to be a little bit easier to form that pie crust. Now I love making pies around the holidays, but what better way to celebrate than a pie for your birthday? So we're just going to mix this all together. Get this nice and mixed. Now, here at the bakery, we do all different types of pies. We do blueberry pie, cherry pie, apple pie, all sorts of pies. So this one is one of my favorites because it's a birthday cake pie. So all the delicious flavors of birthday cake plus a pie. So I like to get my hands a little bit dirty. I probably should have worn gloves, but that's okay. So we are going to just mix this together. And then after we mix it, we're gonna get more of like you want it to be a dough consistency. Now, as I'm mixing this together, I want to tell you to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So we are gonna bake this pie crust for about 8 to 9 minutes, but depending on your oven, it could be a little bit less time. It just kind of depends. So we are going to get that pie crust. We'll move that out of the way. And then now we are going to get our pie tin and you're just gonna use some spray. Now, some people use parchment paper, but I really like to use the Pam because then that way you can just kind of flip it right out. So we're gonna add this in. And then what I do is I just push mine down to the bottom, and then you want to make sure that crust gets all the way up to the side. So as you are pressing that down, go ahead and get that all along the edges. Press that up against the side of the pan, and that just makes it to where whenever we add the filling, the filling won't be spilling over the pie crust. Now you can do all different, you can kind of make it cute. I like doing the little indentions on the side just to make it a little bit more presentable here at the bakery. Now this, if you like birthday cake flavor, then you are going to absolutely love this pie recipe. It's super easy to make, just a couple ingredients, and it's perfect for the entire family. All right, perfect. So now that we have that pie ready, we're gonna throw this in the oven on 350 degrees for 8 to 9 minutes, and then we'll be right back to show you how to make the filling. Welcome back, everyone. So this is our finished product of the pie crust. So I baked this in the oven on 350 degrees for about 8 to 9 minutes. Now, before we get started on this next step, I want to make sure you guys know, make sure that this pie crust is nice and cooled. Because of the filling that we have in this is more of a creamy texture, you're not gonna want that filling to melt. So please make sure that you throw this in the fridge for just a couple of seconds and that this pie crust is nice and cool. So now we're gonna get started on the the filling, which is my favorite part. I love all things birthday cake flavor. So if you're following along at home and you love birthday cake, you're gonna love this filling. So the first thing we are going to need is going to be 1 1/2 cups of milk. Now you can use regular milk, you can use goat's milk. Now I will tell you the only thing that I would not suggest using is going to be almond milk. And the only reason I say that is because part of the filling we are gonna be using, we mix with a box of sugar-free vanilla pudding mix. And the sugar-free vanilla pudding mix does not mix well with the almond milk. It doesn't set and it leaves for more of a runny consistency. So please make sure that you use either a goat's milk, I guess you could probably use a coconut milk would work too. Today we are actually gonna be using a heavy whipping cream, which works great, especially if you're following along with the keto diet. So in this bowl, I have 1 1/2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And then this is going to be just 1 packet of the sugar-free vanilla. Now, if you didn't want to do a vanilla birthday cake and you wanted to do a chocolate birthday cake or another flavor, you could do that as well. So this is going to be the first step because this needs to set for just a couple of minutes. So we're at the 1 1/2 cup of the heavy whipping cream plus the 1 pouch, and it's about 3.4 ounces size-wise. So you're going to mix that together. And then we're just going to mix this really good, get all the clumps out, and then we are going to just move this to the side and we're gonna add all of the other ingredients. So while that sets, I'm gonna grab just a little bit of a bigger bowl and we are going to add in our 0 sugar Cool Whip. Now any Cool Whip will do, you can do the fat-free, you can do full fat, however you wanna do it, but for today we are using the 0 sugar Cool Whip, which is one of my favorites to use because it's light and fluffy and it just tastes really creamy with this particular recipe. So you're gonna use the whole tub of that. So you're gonna use 1 tub of the Cool Whip, 0 sugar. Then the next ingredient we're gonna be using is going to be 1 capful of the cake batter extract. Now this really helps with that birthday cake flavor. So I just do 1 capful. So you can just pour that right in. There we go. And this one actually is a little bit more syrupy. I think it's probably because of the flavor. So 1 capful of that. So we're gonna mix that nice and smooth. So we'll get that all mixed up so you can kind of see that consistency. And then we are going to add in the pudding. So now that we have the Cool Whip, the cake batter extract, now we're gonna add in that pudding combination that we had. So we'll just scrape that bowl. We'll get that all mixed in. And then of course, my favorite part is the sprinkles, because who doesn't love sprinkles? If you've been following along with us for a while now, you've seen my kids on the episodes, especially my oldest, Caden, and he absolutely loves sprinkles. I think there was like an episode not too long ago where we made sprinkle sugar cookies and he used all the sprinkles. All right, guys, so this is nice and mixed. And now we are just gonna pour in the sprinkles. Now, I didn't really measure, I just kind of poured in. So just as many sprinkles as you would like. If you like a lot of sprinkles, go ahead and throw those sprinkles on in. If not, and you just want a little bit of sprinkles, just add a little, but perfect. And I really like the jimmies because it just, the jimmies don't, the colors don't melt. If you use like a nonpareil, sometimes the colors will bleed. So I really like using the jimmies. So we are gonna grab this and then we are gonna take our pie crust and we're just gonna put everything in. So you just put that in there. So it's almost like a cake and a pie in one dessert. We call it a pie cake. All right, so we're just gonna add that in. So the great thing about this recipe is it's keto, low carb, sugar-free, and even gluten-free. All right, so we're gonna move that off to the side. Then we're just gonna spread that around a little bit. Perfect. Now this is why I like doing the grooves in the pie crust, because it keeps all of that filling inside of the pie. All right, and then if you have some more whipped cream at home, just to make it a little bit extra beautiful, I'm gonna add in some swirls of whipped cream. Now we have this on hand at the bakery, so if you don't have this at home, but you do have a stand mixer or a hand mixer, feel free to add in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1/2 cup of the Swerve powdered, mix it on high until you get the whipped cream, and you can use that as well. And then you just take these sprinkles and put them on top, and then you have a birthday cake pie. Perfect for any birthday celebration or just to enjoy on a weekend. So this is the final product. I hope you guys enjoyed making this as much as I had fun showing you guys how to make it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all things Sinless Sweets. If you are in the Augusta area, feel free to come by and see us here at the Sinless Sweets Bakery. We're located at 4336 Washington Road in Evans. And then if you don't live here, but you follow along on our YouTube and you want to try Sinless Sweets goodies, you can get them shipped to your door within 2 to 3 days. Just head on over to our website, sinless-sweet.com, and click on that shipping menu. Thank you for joining me, guys, and join me next time in the kitchen as I show you how to make more treats without the cheats.